start out by placing the bells directly in your hand and putting them in front of your dog. If your dog makes any indication to check the bells out, either by sniffing them, touching them with your nose, or even just reaching towards your hand to touch it with their nose at all, mark this and reward. Once your dog is feeling comfortable touching the bells with their nose for several repetitions, we're going to start increasing criteria. Now, hold the bells by the strap instead of actually holding the metal part of the bells, and encourage your dog to continue to touch the bells or sniff them with their nose. At this point, the criteria is still just making an effort to touch the bells with their nose or with their feet. We're not requiring them to be touching the bells so strongly that they're making noise. So at this point, it's okay if your dog is still not touching the bells strongly enough for them to be making a lot of ringing sounds.
Good girl.
Now we're going to start increasing criteria by holding the bells at longer lengths. And if at this point in training your dog was more inclined to reach out and touch your hands instead of the bells, we're now going to start selectively only marking and rewarding for tapping the bells instead of just your hands.
Yes. Good girl.
Once your dog reliably understands the criteria, which is to touch the bells with their paws or nose, we're going to put this behavior on cue.
Yes.
Here I'm using the cue, ring the bell,
Ring the bell.
but you can use any verbal cue that you would like.
Chihuahua Pocket. Ring the bell. Yes. Ring the bell.
After a couple of training sessions with just the bells, you can start to hang them on the door and ask your dog to ring them there.
Nice job.
If my dog is having a hard time generalizing and needs a little extra help, I'm going to point towards the bells to give them a little bit of extra assistance alongside my verbal cue.
Yes. Good girl.
Now, before every trip outside, I'm going to bring a food reward with me, and I'm going to ask my dog to ring the bell before I reward them with food, and then open the door as an added consequence to ringing the bell. Eventually, your dog will start to make the association that ringing the bell means that they get access to the backyard. So you'll be able to start fading food out of this behavior and instead use going outside and opening the door as the real life reward.